For much of the 20th century, Hollywood thrived on illusion. Studios crafted stars as symbols of perfection, morality, and desire, while carefully concealing anything that threatened those ideals. Few figures embodied that contradiction more fully than Guy Madison. To audiences, he was the square-jawed Western hero, the embodiment of American masculinity and quiet strength. Yet behind that carefully constructed image lived a man navigating love, identity, and fear in an era that allowed no room for honesty. Decades after his death, Madison's private writings and recollections reveal a more complex truth, not one of scandal, but of survival. His story is not only about fame, but about the hidden lives of gay actors in old Hollywood, men who loved in secret, feared exposure, and built intimacy in the shadows of an unforgiving industry. From Bakersfield to the battlefield born Robert Ozell Mosley on January 19, 1922, in Kern County, California, Guy Madison grew up during the Great Depression in a world defined by modesty and hard work. Raised with small-town values, he had no early ambition to become an actor. After attending Bakersfield College, Madison studied animal husbandry, planning a future in agriculture. That path changed with the outbreak of World War II. He enlisted in the United States Navy and served honorably as a radio operator in the Pacific. The discipline and humility he developed during military service stayed with him for life. It was not fame that shaped his character, but responsibility. When he returned home on leave in 1944, he could not have known that a chance visit to Hollywood would alter his destiny entirely, discovery, and the birth of a screen idol. While on leave in Hollywood, Madison was spotted by talent agent Henry Wilson, known for discovering and grooming handsome young men into stars. Wilson immediately recognized Madison's potential. His clean-cut looks and reserved demeanor fit perfectly with wartime ideals of heroism. That same year, Madison made an uncredited screen debut in Since You Went Away, playing a soldier whose presence resonated deeply with audiences. The response was immediate and overwhelming. Despite limited acting experience, Madison's natural sincerity captured attention. Producer David O. Selznick signed him to a contract, and Hollywood began molding him into a leading man. Throughout the late 1940s, Madison appeared in films such as Till the End of Time and Honeymoon. Critics were initially mixed, but audiences responded warmly to his authenticity. Wild Bill Hickok and Cultural Immortality. Madison's defining success came in 1951 when he was cast as the lead in The Adventures of Wild Bill Hickok. Airing on both television and radio, the series was a phenomenon. As the legendary frontier marshal, Madison embodied stoic justice tempered with warmth and approachability. Alongside Andy Devine's comic sidekick Jingles, he became a fixture in American households. Children idolized him, parents trusted him, and advertisers capitalized on his wholesome image. His face appeared on lunchboxes, comic books, and cereal boxes. The show ran until 1958 and cemented Madison as a pop culture icon during the golden age of Westerns. Yet, as his public image solidified into rugged heterosexual heroism, his private reality grew increasingly constrained by the expectations attached to that image, a career beyond the saddle. Even as Westerns began to wane in popularity, Madison continued working steadily. He appeared in films like The Charge at Feather River, notable for its early use of 3D sound. During the 1960s, he transitioned into European productions, particularly Italian spaghetti westerns and war films. These roles allowed him to remain active and relevant while Hollywood evolved. Though often lower budget, Madison approached his work with professionalism and pride. By the late 1970s, he gradually retired from acting, but remained a beloved presence at film festivals and Western conventions. In 1996, he received the Golden Boot Award for his contributions to the genre. To fans, he remained Wild Bill Hickok. To himself, he was a man who had lived multiple lives, some visible, others carefully hidden, marriages and public appearances. In 1949, Madison married actress Gail Russell, whose fragile beauty and emotional depth had captivated audiences. Their marriage appeared glamorous, but was privately troubled. Russell struggled with severe anxiety and alcoholism, pressures magnified by Hollywood scrutiny. Though Madison tried to support her, the strain proved overwhelming. They separated in 1953 and divorced in 1954. Later that year, Madison married actress Sheila Connolly. The couple had 3 daughters and attempted a quieter domestic life. Yet, frequent travel and career demands created distance. They divorced in 1963, but remained amicable co-parents. Madison also had a son, Robert, later in life, who pursued acting in Italy. To the public, these relationships reinforced Madison's heterosexual image, an image required for survival in the studio system, the hidden world. Behind the image behind closed doors, Madison lived under constant pressure. Hollywood's morality clauses and tabloid culture meant that exposure as gay could end a career overnight. In a posthumously compiled memoir drawn from letters and interviews, Madison finally spoke openly about the truth of his private life. He described living with fear, not of love itself, but of being discovered. Every public appearance, every posed romance, every interview was part of a larger performance, and the real acting, he wrote, happened off-screen. Madison's reflections reveal not bitterness, but sorrow at the cost of pretending. He did not seek sympathy, he sought honesty. What emerges is a portrait of a man navigating intimacy in coded language, hidden locations, and fleeting moments of peace. Ramon Navarro, Quiet Refuge. Among the relationships Madison described most tenderly was his connection with Ramon Navarro, the silent film star of Ben-Hur. Madison remembered Navarro as spiritual, gentle, and deeply introspective. Their meetings were discreet, Palm Springs retreats, quiet corners of West Hollywood. What they shared, Madison wrote, was peace, not passion defined by spectacle, but comfort free from performance. Navarro understood the dangers of visibility better than most, and their bond existed in mutual understanding. Madison described those moments not as escapes, but as sanctuaries. In a world where both men were expected to represent ideals they could not fully embody, their connection offered rare emotional safety. Tyrone Power, Anthony Perkins, and Rock Hudson Madison also reflected on relationships with Tyrone Power, Anthony Perkins, and Rock Hudson. Power, he wrote, was charismatic yet conflicted, burdened by expectations and divided identity. Their connection came during the twilight of Power's stardom, when masks briefly fell away. With Perkins, the relationship was intense but brief. Perkins, younger and visibly anxious, lived in constant fear of exposure. Most poignant was Madison's bond with Rock Hudson. Their time together was limited to stolen weekends and hidden dinners. Hudson, Madison wrote, carried a golden smile and a fractured soul. These were not casual affairs, but meaningful connections shaped by secrecy, trust, and shared risk, the cost of silence. Madison's memoir reveals the psychological toll of constant concealment. Fear, anxiety, and emotional exhaustion were constant companions. Studio contracts, morality clauses, and tabloid threats shaped every decision. Yet Madison also remembered moments of joy, coded letters, shared laughter, hands held beneath tables. Love existed, even if it had no public language. He emphasized dignity over drama. These men were not scandals. They were human beings navigating impossible constraints. Madison's honesty reframes Hollywood history, reminding us that behind sanitized biographies were real lives shaped by courage and loss. Final years in the desert. After retiring, Madison settled in Morongo Valley, California, where he built a ranch-style home surrounded by desert beauty. The quiet suited him. He spent his days riding horses, gardening, and hosting close friends. In later years, he suffered from emphysema, which gradually limited his mobility. Despite declining health, he remained mentally sharp and emotionally reflective. On February 6, 1996, Guy Madison passed away at age 74 at Desert Hospital Hospice in Palm Springs. He was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Cemetery in Cathedral City. His funeral was modest, attended by those who truly knew him. Conclusion: a truth finally spoken. Guy. Madison's legacy is larger than Wild Bill Hickok. His posthumous truth offers dignity to a generation of men forced into silence. By naming his love, he reclaimed his humanity and honored those who lived and loved in the shadows. His story is not about scandal, it is about survival, resilience, and quiet courage. In finally telling the truth, Guy Madison did what Hollywood never allowed him to do in life: exist fully, honestly, and without fear.